Welcome back, everyone, to the final war campaign with me, Dwarf Pete, where in the last episode we cleaned up the borders with the Centaurs quite a bit. Then we launched a totally planned coalition-busting war that definitely ended with territorial changes. So, I'm not going to give a big spiel. We're just going to get into today. Doesn't even matter that our armies are not in position. We're just going to fight. Simple as. If it ends badly, so be it. All we need is like one hold. That's it. Even though my armies are all the way Alright, let's get everybody to march quick, because we're going to come under attack real fast. And we definitely don't need the milk points anymore. So quick march back home before anything bad happens. I mean, Ira is definitely a level 6 in diplomatic skills, that's for sure. Her diplomacy is unknown. She's so good at it. Just run. Everybody runs straight to the battlefield. Okay. Oh, look at that. The Segdir is getting eaten alive. Oh wow, and we actually have a land border with the command over here. That's... I didn't expect that one to happen. Alright. And the aristocrats just gave me straight up like 10k to work with. Maybe we actually will get to finish the dam. I don't think it... Maybe. But for sure, what we want from this war is... Yeah, that looks great. It'll take forever to get the war score, but we have all day to play. Okay, there's that hold. Next up, we'll go make sure those goblins don't take our fort. And it wouldn't be a Dwarf Pete episode without some beautiful cavern profits. That has paid dividends over the course of this game. Alright, so far, nothing too bad's happened. If only we had the next age. Oh my goodness, look at that. We have 7,000 splendor. That's crazy. And actually, you know what? No, I know what we will do. We'll save that button for later. Okay, you go take the fort. We're gonna need a long line of them here today. Do their work. Alright, we've got the 3 incoming armies. 4, actually. Didn't I have... Yep, you're off in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I think we can catch a whole 2 troops. Nice. And with any luck, we can catch them. And that's... I didn't even have time to check what their military is like. That's a stack wipe. And here we are. Now our troops are at the battlefield. We can turn off Speedy Gonzales. Movement speed. Yep, 1-to-1, and we just demolish them. It doesn't get old. You need general, though. There you go. Aul-Dwarov is at level 5. Awesome for them. Let him lock. Okay. Okay. You took that fort. Awesome. Now go take that southern fort. Yep, that was our first stack wipe of the war, I think. Out of curiosity, what's he at for troops right now? 374k? Let's see how low we can get that number for him. And I'm curious where my subjects are this time. Hello, come help, please. Thank you. This is non-negotiable. Looks like Obdil Tungir will be done in a month. Or a year, I should say. Okay, there's a fort in India. Not India, sorry. There's another whole 1k troops dealt with. Don't you touch my drilling troops. I just want to see what they get up to. Okay, pretty soon Abdel Khanzad will be taken back. Man, it's like looking at ants. They just swarm. There's Abdel Khanzad retaken for the rightful dwarven claimants. Okay, I found where the majority of his army is. They're just hiding down there. You're stuck behind a wall of forts, so I won't worry about you. There's that one. Excellent. There's that. That gets him trapped. Very nice. That's a stack wipe. Oh, we got even an extra 2 armies over here. Very, very nice. Only 10%, huh? What do I gotta... Oh, I gotta take a specific province. Okay. I did a conquest. Oh, somebody's trying to come back around. There's that fort. Excellent. Go help there. Just make sure they don't come back. Ovdil as on. Oh, that's that one. Reclaiming a lot of stuff today. There's yet another stack wipe. Frankly, absurd how many we're getting. Okay, now he's stuck behind enemy lines. Oh boy, that's a big one. Quick force march into it. Yeah, only 15k losses to like 65 on their side. Alright, go take the fort. That's that one in the south dealt with. Awesome. And you boys will go clean up this little area, since we want it to be future clay. And you know what I've forgotten to do this entire time? Build a spy network. That would have helped with taking forts real quick. Make sure he doesn't survive. I don't want to deal with him anymore. He's moving at warp speed. Somewhere in this tunnel. There we go. Die, you puny goblins. Okay, now we can send you to the front lines. Heck, we'll even go straight for Stolen Gen's capital, Tuwad Duman Khan. What does the command have for troops? Only 290k. Nope, you're trying to go in there. Little do you realize what's down that path. And Hurled Shorecat finally starts to level up. Okay, we'll send you there. You can go straight for the capital. Sharkshavit is mine. Here's Dehenji Sar. We got to fight his rebels for him. Perfect. There's a lovely 28k. There's another 56k. How much more could he possibly have? Is that 213k? He's burning his professionalism. And all we want to do is make sure this is all secured. There's our truce with Besartances and Sigmir. We got standards to keep, so we will enforce professionalism. There's another 36k. We'll have you get ready. Okay, now you can go after Tuwan Duman. And I think production efficiency sounds reasonable. And he just keeps divving himself, so I can no longer quit deving, Verkukulan. I just want to integrate you. Okay, there's every single province within this half of the Tree of Stone. We're only on 55%. That's the fun part about attacking huge nations. You guys are fully drilled. So what does that give you? That gives you 20% movement speed, 10% shock damage, Minus 25 both fire and shock received. So in terms of actually on top of what we have, what does that give us? Gives us 20% land fire damage. Then it gives us 83% shock. Something like negative 51% shock damage received. Plus like 30% move speed. That's nuts. Drilling with dwarves makes them even more overpowered. His capital has fallen. Cyril Havan has fallen, I repeat. It only gave us 4% war score. I took dirt depths, right? Yeah, that's right there. And we'll get this fort cracked open if we can hit it. There we go. Right, keep fighting. Keep demolishing them. There's yet another fort. We'll send you back to go make sure they don't retake stuff. Make sure he doesn't retake his capital. That can't happen. Right. 70%, I'm still trying to get to 90%. Dummy. Okay, there's 44 juicy. That's a stack wipe. Virgo Galan is now ours. And oh my goodness, those borders. It's about to look really good here in a second. We've taken yet another fort. There goes all his troops on this side. Yep. And okay. What do we got from the artificers? Mid-war innovations. For centuries, the Bag of Holding has been a piece of equipment no adventurer can do without... it's this one. How else would they hold all their loot? But now that our artificers have figured out how to expand its principles into a larger and sturdier boxes. Oh man, we discovered how to build boxes. It will quickly become just as much of a staple for merchants engaged in trade from Melantir to Hellas. For what's better than a bag of holding? A bag of holding that you can stack. We've learned about crates. I swear if this is available loot, I will be so angry. Yay! Global tariffs, treasure fleet income. Ugh, come on. There, we'll go for one more round. Just give me some warfare, please. Alright, he's at 80%, please. No, you want to fight this to the bitter end. Alright. Burn the country to the ground time. If we can get to Gronstonad. If we can't take control of it, let's at least destroy it. Alright, we're sieging it. There's the siege. And there's the truces with some of the big coalition members. Gotta end this war soon. Otherwise, somebody might be angry. We've brought him down to 200k, and I don't think we can do it any lower than that, because he just has so much land he can recruit from. All we have to do is take... Oh, I didn't know that. You can't assault without infantry. Interesting. That's the one downside to cav-only armies, I suppose. Why did I declare a conquest if I had access to imperialism? There's Grunschned. We might not be able to conquer it, but in name, we have. So now let's take what we came for. Boom. That was the final war with the command. Probably the final war of this series, unless due to some magical happenstance that Aul-Dwarov happens to have a mission tree. I really don't think they do. I'd be surprised, honestly, if they did. Let's build a supply depot there, because why not? We have rebels that are close to enforcing the commands. Where? Oh. Okay, that was quite the intensity of war. Sabotaged our Diplo rep, huh? First time I've ever seen that one happen. Whoa. How long does that last for? That's for 5 years? Oh my goodness. Well, thank goodness we got the integration done. We got an extra artisanry hole. Artisan, really, huh? I guess. Old crafted artisan. And we'll kick it up to speed 5 for a little bit here. While we wait for everything to core. Should be able to do it just Goraz and Prague. Oh boy, there's the big coalition. Alright, hurry up, hurry up. No coalition, please. Do I have to be at peace to form it? Yeah. Go away, Bjarnrik. No, I'm not dealing with you. Not today. Okay, there's Goraz and Prague. And finally, we can restore Aul-Dwarov, the Empire of the Dwarves, literally known as all Dwarves' home. Once the bastion of the ancient world, way before any sort of human or elf had any sort of urgency or glory. It fell due to dwarven infighting and the repulsive scourge that is orc-kind. Now the Dwarvar lays in darkness and in ruin. Only a true heir of the Dwarvar, one that is resolute against all odds, could restore such an ancient and old domain. There it is. Now we are Aul-Dwarov. And just look at that beautiful flag. It's crazy. Yeah, and I was right. They don't have a mission tree. Whew! Thank goodness. I didn't want to go through another one. No way, I'm not... I don't want to own every single hold. You know how long that would take? That'd take at least another 50 years. Or more. Just absurdly... Okay. So, we shall say goodbye to the Orlazimer ideas. And say hello to the Aul-Dwarovic ideas, which give us fort defense, good produced, siege ability, and gems of the Dwarven Crown. The most prominent part of the Dwarven Crown that adorned the head of the High King was the gems, representing the most noblest of holds: amethyst, diamond, citron, ruby, jade, agate, and sapphire. While the other gems do appear on the crown, no other majesty can compare to such a collection. Before its fall, Aul-Dwarov attempted to centralize the armies of its subject holds into a unified collective, where the loyal soldiers of Aul-Dwarov would serve all dwarves, not just their respective hold. While this initiative was cut short by the Orcish invasion, perhaps this time round, the Serpent Spine can be protected by a unified force. The greatest hall of the ancestors was built in one of the attached holds to Almdir, where it was said that every recorded ancestor in existence was carved in stone and lined the walls of the halls. The Dwarven Crown was created out of chromium, an artificially made metal that was forged for the specific purpose of being the heaviest metal in existence, all for the very purpose to be worn as a crown by the High King of Aul-Dwarv so that the burden of ruling dwarf kind could match the weight of the mountains itself. Metal. The dwarves have always felt surrounded, even in their own homes, for it is said that every road and hold is flanked by a multitude of endless caverns on all sides. The fall of the Dwarvar was attributed to this, as the restless dwarves had to expect enemies from every dark depth of the Serpent Spine, but no more. The old empire neglected the caverns, but we have learned the lessons our ancestors have not, and we must treat the Serpent Spine's natural gifts as if it was our own. It is no doubt that amongst the Dwarven people lie the most talented and masterful crafters of them all, and with the refounding of Aul-Dwarov, the world shall once again hold Dwarfcraft, as undeniably the best the world has and will ever see. And finally, many know that the flag of Aul-Dwarov depicts the Dwarven crown under the mountain, but it also depicts the endless links and chains of the holds that make up the best of the Serpent Spine. We are all heirs, sons, and daughters of holds equal and unified and bound under the mountain itself. It is what unifies our people, it is our livelihood, it is our home. So, I believe that brings us to the end of this campaign. Perhaps in another run, we will form the Almperaz. Maybe in a run dedicated to Virkal Skomdir, perhaps? Or, I know, whenever Virkal Dramak gets its mission tree actually added into the game, it has one now, but it's not finished. A lot of the missions say to do. Whenever Virkal Dramak has that, then we shall go for the Almperaz. But... looks like our capital is close to being dug, but who cares? With that, I have to thank everybody for making it to the end of this series. It has been a truly great campaign. On my list of campaigns, this is an actual 10 out of 10. Yeah, no reservations here. The payoff for the Mecha Ram prototype was simply awesome. Having the ability to choose what kind of army you want in the mission tree, that's peak gameplay right there. And just the overall deving of holds is a fun mechanic as well. Really a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to see what they'll bring to Dwarves in the next patch. And yeah. So, that isn't the end of our time with Anbennar, though. Next campaign will be the Baal regime kobolds. And I want to thank everybody for their input on which version we should go with, as that is quite helpful to me. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, I don't want to play the Dark Scale when we just played in this area, so it will be nice to have a break, and we will be heading to the mythical lands of Yanshan. And I won't spoil any more than that. So as always... oh, one more thing. A timeline. And while it goes here, we can reminisce with the days of Captain Blue Shield himself. The original game plan was to go this ways, but True Dagger truly changed the course of this campaign. And then, of course, we met the ogres, Shrek. We extracted a toll from him. And so we carried on from there. We met the sneaky heavy arm, mithril arm cartel and beat them up, took their lunch money. And then we moved into the Rail Skulkers' land, and then became the true Age of Conquest, where we found Rubyhold, we found all sorts of people. And eventually we met up with Crackdoom for Ruvor and annexed him. Heck, we even pushed back Razzle Tomb. We eventually formed Orlasm as Deer. And we pushed back Skewered Train. And then there's so much that happens within these next 30 years that, yep, a lot happens. The Obsidian Dwarves popped up. We then took Hammerhome as a vassal. I think we get Marhold somewhere in between here. We even went down into what was Gelkalis. I think we took Abdel Ludum by this point, and Orgurdstune. Yeah. And eventually, coming up, yep, Saranvar looks pretty. Everything looks great. Burkle Galan even became our subject, and you know the rest of the story. We beat up the command the first time. Realized how much troops he had at his disposal. Took a little detour into the Anbennar, and finally, we formed the Empire of Aul-Dwarov. What a journey it's been. Just, what a journey. And how many more journeys we will have to come. So, as a final show of a thank you, and as kind of an early 100 subscriber special, there may or may not be a Orlasm as Deer experience video coming out, by the end of the month, I would say. Similar in scope to the Riveria video, but as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, because there's definitely going to be more, and I'll see you in the next episode.